Hello there, and welcome to Grounded Health and Wellness. My name is Kate, and today I wanted to give you 3 tips that I rely on all the time when I travel to avoid jet lag. So, we have homes in Eastern Ontario and also in Western Canada. So, I am traveling quite often, sometimes once a month, and there's a 3 hour time variance between those time zones. And I rely on these practices heavily, and I never experience jet lag. So I wanted to share these with you in the event that you are coming into some travel. You may find them helpful. So, number one, you are going to want to ground yourself. So, what does that actually mean? So, the traditional way that is kind of in mainstream that people understand for grounding is really kind of bare feet onto the earth's surface. That can be grass, sand, rocks, unsealed concrete. But the truth of the matter is sometimes that isn't practical, especially if you're in a metropolitan area. So, what I'm going to suggest to you are a few things. If you pass by a tree, a bush, a plant, you're going to touch that, and that's going to ground you instantly. So we don't have to be standing there for 15 minutes to receive the benefits. Any um, direct touch with something that is rooted into the earth will work. Just a note, this does not work with plants that are potted or like in flower boxes for decoration or for aesthetic purposes. It must be rooted into the earth in order for you to get those benefits. So that's the first thing you're going to do. If you don't have accessibility to things like that out in nature, when you arrive at your destination, you're going to maybe grab a bath. That's a beautiful way to ground because the water lines in buildings are grounded. So if you are washing dishes and the water is running, you're grounding. And again, a bath is a great option. So you could look into doing that as well once you arrive at your destination. All right. Number two, we really want to honor the time zone that we are in. So it's very important that we go to bed at the normal time in that area. So if there's a bit of a variance, you're going to probably be a little bit tired if you're going back in time. So my advice to you is to try to get yourself as close to your regular bedtime. So if bedtime for you is 10 o'clock in the new location, you want to try to go down to bed at 10 o'clock as well. Now, tip number 3, and this is going to be the one that probably most people will find challenging. You need to get up with the sunrise in the location that you're in. So this could mean setting an alarm, or maybe you're going to wake up naturally around the time that sunrise is. And the first light that enters your bare eyes should be sunrise outside. So you are going to not turn on any lights when you wake up, not look at your phone, not deal with any form of artificial light, and go straight outside. This will allow you to align your circadian rhythm, and that sunlight coming into your eyes first thing in the morning through sunrise is going to also start to set the balance between your cortisol and melatonin production so that you actually are in the correct rhythm to come into sleep that coming evening. Now, this may sound quite simple, but I assure you, when the body is kind of set in its routine flop from wherever you are in space and time, you may have to exert a little bit of effort in order to do this. So let's say, for example, so when I fly west, when I'm waking up early, if the sunrise is, let's say, 6 a.m., that's actually 9 a.m. my time in my Eastern Canada home. So that's a little bit easier for me on the first shift because it's actually my body feels like it's later. Going home, sometimes it can be a little bit challenging because when I'm now waking up at 6 a.m. there, my body would feel like it's 3 a.m. However, when I follow these 3 practices, so grounding, going to bed and honoring the same bedtime routine, and rising with sunrise, I have yet to experience any jet lag since I've been practicing this way. So I'm hoping that you find those 3 tips helpful. Be sure to subscribe at the end of the video. I release these tips each Friday so you can kind of start collecting them in your own arsenal for a better health and wellness. So until next time, my friends, take care.